Hello and welcome to the low budget Let's Play with Magic the Budgeting. I have just started a Magic the Gathering Arena account, and we're going to use all the best tips and tricks I can find from resources online to keep this a very low budget but competitive account. At least that's the hope anyways. Let's take a look at the game plan. Alright, so here we are, low budget Let's Play with Magic the Budgeting. So the goals for this account: number one, to build a collection that is able to compete in the standard metagame. 2, don't spend money or time that we don't need to. In fact, we're going to try to keep it to $5 or less on this account, and you'll see why once we get rolling. And number 3, have fun while playing Magic the Gathering, of course. While the goal of this content is to be educational and to learn how to work with the economy on Arena, we're going to keep this light and fun as we learn along the way. So next we have 3 guidelines here. These are boiled down from a number of videos and resources that I have read online. Number 1 is we're not going to bother with trying to win 15 games a day. That takes really quite a lot of time, but we are going to try to reach 4 each day at the very least. Number 2, completing the daily quests, of course. This is really where some of the best gold income is in the game, and we're going to be re-rolling any 500s we can, looking for those 750s. And lastly, we're going to use both the limited and constructed formats, just getting to certain ranks so we can earn the monthly rewards there. With all this gold, what are we going to be getting? First, we are going to be playing some Jump In. We get 5 free tokens to start off the game, and this is going to help us with our daily wins, but we'll talk about that more when we get there. 2, we are going to be spending our gold primarily on quick drafts. This is one of the best ways to start building a collection on Arena. 3, after reaching a certain benchmark, we are going to shift over to packs, as they can be more efficient at completing a set when you have more cards from that set. And 4, we are going to be looking at the mastery passes. These can take a while to build up to because they do require gems to purchase, and this is going to be a primarily or very close to free-to-play account. So we'll talk about how we're going to try to get there as well, but there's a lot of value that can be obtained if you're playing regularly with the Mastery Pass. Alright, so let's look at the first big boost to our collection. If you come to the packs tab here, you see I only have these 3 Brothers War packs that I think were given as a holiday reward or something like that. But more importantly, for anyone who's a new player, I want to show you something over at the store. So in the store, if you go to this upper right hand corner, you'll see a small box that says Redeem Code. So with every new set that is released, Arena puts out codes that you can use to redeem promotional cards. I've included a link in the description below. You can click on that. You can see all sorts of promotional codes that are available. You type them in here and you'll receive a whole bunch of packs from a number of sets from over the past years. I'm going to do that now, and of course skip that in the recording. You don't want to see all that typing. And then we'll take a look at our pack collection. Before I go on to the packs, I will do one demo here. So this is just one of the many codes from the list. If we put in play M21, hit enter, the redemption was successful, and now we've got 3 of the core 2021 packs. So you just do that for each of the codes on the list, and you'll have a whole bunch of new Magic packs to open. Alright, so now we have a bunch of new packs, which is excellent. This will help out with our collection, but we are going to sit on them for a while. We're not going to open any yet. And that is because of a pretty key feature here. So when you open a pack, if you open it and you would be given a rare that you already have a complete set of, it will instead give you another rare from the same set, or I believe even give you a rare from a previous set if you have all the rares in the set you're opening. So this is extremely beneficial and much better than the value you get out of duplication protection from drafts. So I personally am going to choose to open these only after we've started working on set collection. We may open some of the older ones because we don't care too much about these sets anyways, since they are way out of standard, and they will help towards these wild card counters. So as we're trying to complete a deck, maybe something on a budget even, we might tap into these just to finish getting those wild cards. So taking a look at this Mastery Tree real quick, since we're so close to the new set release, we are going to definitely pass on this. We'll just never have enough playtime to get value out of this tree here. But in the next set, when it does release, we are going to try to get to the 3,400 gems so that we can purchase the Mastery Pass. There is a tremendous amount of value in the packs, gold, and gems, along with some of the rare and mythic cards that you'll get along the way. So I highly recommend, as long as you play enough in a season, this Mastery Pass down here can really, really be a great value. This isn't meant to be a guide. I want to get playing, so let's go back to the page, and I'll show you what I will be doing. So I like to use this jump-in event very much at the beginning. You can see I've got one going. Let's go ahead and hit play. I happen to get the muscle and excavation sets. You get to keep the cards after this, so when you're picking sets, you can find a list online of what is in the set and also what the rares are. While there's nothing exceptionally good, there are some staple cards that you can get from some of these jump-in packs, and the gold value is often a bit higher than buying just traditional packs in the store. New players also get 5 tokens. As you can see, I used my first one here to get this set. So you get 5 free matchups of these jump-in sets, and you get to mash them together. You get to keep all the cards at the end, so it's really a great way to start off your collection. I also have seen that jump-in can be a great place for beginning players because it really can level out the playing field. If you're going and playing standard games with your beginner decks, it can get very challenging if you're playing against somebody who already has a much bigger collection and much stronger cards. But in Jump-In, you are facing other opponents who also just mashed 2 different sets together to make the Jump-In sets. And so neither one, you or your opponent, is really going to have a deck that's much stronger than the other. So if you find yourself just starting the game and facing much stronger opponents than you in constructed formats, give Jump-In a try, and you can keep playing for as long as you want. You can actually see with this deck, looks like I'm 15-1 so far. I've been using it to get my daily wins because I don't have to match up against people who already have great standard or historic decks that are much stronger than mine. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll play a game, get our first one of the day, and then we'll do a new one so that we can see the full experience together. Alright, so here we are, looking for our first one of the day. You do get a free mulligan if you want and jump in. This is an okay hand. We at least have a 2-drop. Nothing else is great, though. We do get a free mulligan. Let's see. I think we can do a little better. Ooh, this is potentially worse. Well, we risked it. I don't want to mulligan again. We'll see what we draw. We'll rely on the heart of the cards here. It looks like our opponent is red-white. Maybe a goblin-focused deck there. And we'll just get a flying on the board. Alright, we've got some nice big cards we can play here. 4 on the field, flying can't be blocked. 4 mana card, that is. 3-1 and a 1-1. That would be helpful to block the goblin if he chooses to attack. We also have the prison sentence here for any big creatures that come down. Ooh, we have that in this deck, actually. The new Benalia Guardian. Great card. Alright, so now we have some choices. Since that can enlist and become indestructible, it's such a strong 2-mana card. This is more locked up in it, and this has the potential to destroy his hand. I think we're going to prison sentence the Battlecry Goblin. Actually, no, we're going to have to do Guardian. We just can't afford to have that enlisting the Goblin. And these are pretty good cards coming up. We don't need a whole lot more mana, really. I want to make sure we can keep getting things on the board. If he wants, he can block with the goblin. Interesting. Okay, so this works out decently. He decided to attack with the strike team. I think we can destroy that, at the very least. This is going to be a tough one. But we can get a pretty big creature on the board here. We'll keep this back to defend, actually. I think that we can get a little bit more value out of this. It's a lot of smaller creatures. If we can get some creatures to stick to the board, we do have this heroic charge, which can be great for finishing things off. Homestead Courage is just going to be nice to buff up some of these creatures. Let's get a creature on the board. We'll see if we can get a hold of another land. Oh man, unfortunate. Now this is going to be really tough because we really don't have a way to get rid of the goblin. And these soldiers are just going to keep building up. We can attack with the amulet, and we can unearth it if we want at some point. We have the cohort to defend the goblin if we need. This will be fine. He either has to use something that we want to get rid of anyways, or sack a bunch of creatures to defend this. There we go. Trim down the field a little bit. This is going to be a very tough combo with this pack tactics and the recruiter. Well, that does seem potentially a little hasty. Because I can get rid of both creatures that I am actually dying to remove from the field. Oh my gosh, look at that. Alright, I will absolutely take that trade. So we just got rid of both of the problems. He's only left with these little weak creatures here on the field. We'll go ahead and play Homestead Courage. I think we'll just keep sending our flyer over the top. And let's see. This is 3 to unearth. We'll break that up at some point. Let's go ahead and seek a non-land card. That's what we want. Okay, good. Flyer over the top. We'll leave the amulet to defend. And at this point, we really just need creatures to stick to the field. And once we get close enough, we can finish it off with Heroic Charge. Ooh, alright. Cardum. Ooh, that's very convenient. We're gonna go ahead and play this with the kicker, I believe. Yeah. Let's drop the Vanguard. Can still play this with the kicker. That will take care of that. And bring us up in life. Flyer over the top, and we'll attack with the Onulet as well. He'll have to sack all 4 minion creatures there, token creatures, if he wants to defend it. Okay. And he chooses not to destroy it, so he'll leave it up on the board. He's just hanging on, hoping he can find something. But he's on pretty limited resources there with only 1 in hand. Excellent. I'd be happy to trade. Or block. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll Homestead Courage. Bring this up even more in power. We're getting very close. We've got 3 here. Heroic Charge takes 2. Let's go ahead and play the Traveling Minister. And we'll move on to the attack phase. Just keep moving that Chaplain in over the top. And with the Cohort and Heroic Charge, we're going to be shy on mana. Ah, he surrenders anyways. Yeah, we're just grinding it out through battlefield control here, no problem. There's the first win. Nice level playing field. So, look at that, 250 gold for our first one of the day. Excellent. So, I'm going to be so sad to see this deck go. It's been a lot of fun, but we are going to walk through setting up a jump in, just so you can see it in action. We're going to resign. I've already unlocked. Once you get 1 win, you do unlock a card. It will be uncommon. It says at least, but I think it's only a 5% chance to get a rare or a mythic out of that. So, almost always it'll be an uncommon for you. So, let's use a token. We'll dive in and take a look. So, we're brought here. We have 3 options: Warlock, Bewitching, and Spooky. I will say some set lists, or themed packs here, are kind of alchemy focused. Like this Warlock one, actually, one of the main rares that you'll get from this is for alchemy only. Our other 2 options, though, are standard based. So, we're going to go with Bewitching to start, because I am looking for some white creatures in a white soldier deck in the future. But that's just me. And we have Muscle again, which is actually one that I like a lot. It was a part of that last one that I was playing. Let's go ahead and pick that. Matches up nicely, so we've got a little white-red combo here. And we have a Bewitching Muscle deck. So now we've selected the 2 packs, we have smashed them together, and let's see what we are looking at. So in this case, both rares that we received are in the 2-drop category. We have the Guardian of New Benalia, which is actually one that I like a lot. This is from the Muscle set, and I'm very excited to have this because we can include it in some soldier decks, some white soldier decks. And we have the Sungold Sentinel, probably not something I'll use, but it's pretty neat. Here it is. Even at base value, 2/3/2 is fantastic. So, yeah, not a bad card to have in the deck. Along with that, some other good things. Borrowed Time can be a very handy enchantment. Homestead Courage is a nice flashback 1-drop. Alright, so here we are in our first game. Not a bad hand. We'll be able to play this out relatively quickly. Let's go ahead, as much as I'd love to get this Minister down, we do have the Steel Crusher coming up, and the Skydiver. Let's get our early tapped mana down. Alright. Little drop Baird here. And this is going to work nicely because we can enchant a creature, and as long as we've got a creature on the board that has more than its base power, this will keep generating 1/1 soldier tokens for us. So now, this is cheap enough, we can actually get down the Traveling Minister. Right, we will get down Hammerhand, giving this +1/1 and haste, and really the big thing here, and making sure that he can't block with that. The big thing here, of course, is now we've got a creature that is above base power, so we'll keep getting those soldier tokens. Let's go ahead and attack with each. And there's that soldier token. We'll take the one, since it's Death Touch. Drop the planes, and now... interesting choices. I think we do want to get more creatures down. Keep generating soldiers. We'll tap this. Just for the life gain. And we'll go ahead and Homestead Courage for now. Just keep buffing some things up. And we'll Homestead Courage again. Spreading it out. We're not going to attack. We don't really want to lose any of these guys. But soon we'll be able to launch many attacks and play this Sky Rider from our hand. If we just draw one more mana, one more land, we can activate the kicker too. Oh, just kidding, we need 2 for that. Alright, so now... Death Touch, Death Touch. We can sack some of the soldiers. Yeah, we need this anyways. Let's go ahead and match the 2/2. We'll let the 1 go through. I don't care too much about that damage. Alright, we do have one more here. We'll go ahead and drop the Ritual Guardian. And he's only got 1 that can block. Let's go ahead and attack with multiple. We can actually enlist, tapping the soldier. Let's see. Let's attack with the soldier. We'll enlist Baird. We don't want to lose him because we're getting so much value. There we go. So we'll get a bunch of damage through. Okay, and we still have something above base power, so we're still getting Baird's activations. He's getting low, and we do have a flying creature in our hand. If we can get the extra land, 1 more, we'll be able to get more value out of this. If not, we'll soon be able to push through for the remainder of his life. This Dormant Grove is actually going to be very much a problem. Alright. So that's not bad. We'll be able to get more things on the field. Get lots of attacks in. Good value for our mana here. Keep kind of extending our hand. Alright, and now we can get a bunch through. We will enlist the Steel Crusher, and everything else will attack. Right, we'll put in the 7 attacks, we'll enlist so we don't lose Baird. We're just trying to get enough through so that eventually we can just win through this flyer. And we have enough to do it. Alright. There we go. One game, one win, there's the victory, and that's all that there is to jump in. Now we've unlocked the uncommon card. And it's up to you. If you want to keep playing out, you can. Let's go ahead and claim that prize. Let's see what we got. Alright. And there's our uncommon. So that's Jump In. I really like it for beginners. Again, you'll fill out your deck. It levels the playing field, so you don't have to be matched up against opponents who have very strong standard decks built with their large collections anyway. So yeah, we'll have fun. There's a lot of good synergies in this deck. I think we'll play it for a while so we can keep getting those wins in a format where we don't have to worry about powerful standard decks matching against our measly collection. Speaking of which, let's go take a look at that collection. Yes, very measly. Great, this is a wonderful starting point. So that's it for our first low-budget Let's Play. Sorry, a little bit more information and a little bit less play than expected, but it's just going to be kind of a casual playthrough on an account where we're not dropping a lot of money. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're looking forward to more content. Also, you can check out my guides where I go a little bit more in-depth on some of the topics that we see in play here on how to earn this gold and spend it wisely so you can quickly boost your own collection in your Magic the Gathering Arena accounts. Thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you in the next one.